What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a good one. I know I haven't made a video in a few weeks, man. I've been real busy. And kind of doing my own introspection, I guess you could say. What I wanted to make a video on today was not being perfect. You know what I mean? Like I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect at all. I don't have all the answers. I don't have it all together. I don't. There's times that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Right? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like I have fears, doubts, insecurities, anxiety. Like I'm 33 years old, right? And I still break out, you know what I mean? I still fucking have imperfections. Flaws, you know what I mean? Like there's like parts of me that have been broken to pieces, right? Or I've been broken to pieces on several situations in life, I guess you could say, and I don't think I'm fully recuperated or fully healed yet. But it's okay, right? It's okay. Like, this life is a work in progress, right? Like, this is a school where we are here to learn. And we're not done learning until we're gone from this earth, right? As long as we're here, we're still learning, we're still evolving, progressing. And it's okay. It's okay not to be perfect. It's okay not to have all the answers. It's okay to feel those feelings of fear, doubt. Right? It's okay. Like I'm just gonna share my experience during this quarantine thing, right? Like I don't think like I was quarantined or anything like that because I was blessed to still have the opportunity to work or to keep on working. But I still had some introspection to do, right? Like they say, right? Like what's happening right now is we're evolving, right? The Earth is evolving, the universe is evolving, and we're moving from one plane of existence to another, right? To a higher dimension. So, with that being said, the Earth is clearing itself from its karmas, right? We are part of the Earth, so we're clearing all our karmas, you know what I mean? To be able to leave behind what we need to leave behind and be able to transcend or evolve along with this Earth, right? So, like there's the issues that I still needed to resolve. You know what I mean? There were still things that were in the unconscious or things that needed to be addressed. So I kind of been doing that, right, for like 2 weeks, something like that. Kind of like going within, turning off the noise and just being with myself, you know what I mean? And look at whatever needs to be looked at, address what needs to be addressed. And the first day that I started, I smoked some bud and I meditated for like 2.5, 3 hours, and I just sat there with myself and went into the closet in the darkness and meditated, right, and was there with myself. looking at things that needed to be looked at, right? Things that I needed to let go of, and I'm not perfect, right? I'm not perfect. Like, I'm still working on things. We still have our problems, our doubts. I still feel anxiety, right? Fear, those things, right? And I was even doubting this, like what the fuck am I doing? Like, what the fuck am I making videos for, right? I was even doubting that, like what's the point? Like, I don't know why, right? I don't know why. I don't have a clue as to why. The only thing I know is that, like, my spirit guides or angels, the people who guide me, for years they've been telling me that I needed to start making these videos. And I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm learning as this process unfolds. Like, I don't have all the answers. I'm not perfect. So I'm kind of a work in progress, and even this, what I'm doing, is a work in progress, and I'm learning as I go, right? I'm learning as I go. And like, with those doubts, right? Like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, what? Should I really even be doing this? Like, those doubts, right? Doubts, insecurities, fears, or whatever. And you always get confirmation. Whatever you ask, you get the answers to. And I'm reading this book, right? I'm reading this book, Ernest Hemingway, for whom the bell tolls, right? And there's this part in this book that I'm reading, and I'm going to share, like, how I got my answers to, or confirmation that I need to keep doing this, that I need to keep going down this path. When this point of the story, they're in a war, right? And one of the soldiers is speaking on, like, how his parents were killed and his family and this and that. And then he says, "Pilar, listen to me, and thou, Maria, forgive me if I have molested you, speaking of things of the family. I know that all the same troubles, and I know that all have the same troubles, and it is more valuable not to speak of them, and that you should speak, Pilar said. For what are we born if not to aid one another? And to listen and say nothing is called enough aid." And I was like, "Fuck, man," you know what I mean? Like I don't know why I'm doing this, but this is clear. This is clear. Like, that it may be to benefit or help somebody, you know what I mean? Sharing our stories or experiences. And I got a bunch of books, man, from older lady who passed away, and their books, some of them from 1950, 1960s, and in them there was this bookmark, right? And it says, "Love wasn't put in your heart to stay. Love isn't love till you give it away." You know what I mean? Like that's one of our main purposes here. Like, I'm gonna share this about sharing love, right? Like, this little plant, I got it, right? And the first day that I planted it, it was dying. It was completely dying. Like, the leaves were dry already. And what I did was I put this little plant right in front of this big ass amethyst, and the next day it came back to life, right? And kind of like kind of goes to show how we're here to serve one another. You know what I mean? Like, of course, the main one is self-love, right? Because without that, we can't help others. You know what I mean? If we don't love ourselves, how could we help others, right? And then the second one is love to others or service to others, however that may take shape, form, or you know what I mean? Like, we're all different, we have different paths. But at the end of the day, we're here to serve one another. And like in the whole not being perfect thing, um, like it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay. Like, none of us are, right? None of us are. And even in that imperfection, everything is perfect, right? Like every fear, doubt, obstacle is meant to be transcended, right? Or broken through or overcome. So it hides some gold to it, right? It makes us better. Like our flaws are meant to kind of either better appreciate or they have some sort of wisdom to them, right? Like every bad situation has like the law of polarity, right? Like you could have a really bad situation, but it has an opposite pole, and in the opposite pole of that is a really good situation, right? And that's with every scenario, every situation, everything you could think of has a like a positive side to it. And of course, you could train yourself to look for that positive because you'll always be able to find it. And if you could train yourself and master that to see the good in everything, pretty much life is way easier, right? It's like grabbing things by the smooth handle, you know what I mean, instead of by the rough ones. And like one time I took this meditation course in Mexico, like in the middle of the jungle. And after the course was done, a bunch of us went to these waterfalls and to go see these places in the jungle. And we were eating at this little restaurant. Okay, so like I was saying, we were at this course and we were eating at this restaurant, right? Like in the middle of the jungle. And I was talking to this one dude that took the course, man, and he was sharing and explaining to me his experience. And he said he just came to the conclusion or the understanding, and it was crystal clear to him, that everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. He's like, all this, everything, the mess, the imperfect, everything is perfect the way it is. Like, man, he explained it to me on a whole nother level, like very detailed. I was like, fuck. Like my mind was blown by what he had told me. And it's because, like, we're not perfect, right? But we're perfect in that imperfection. Like that imperfection is perfect. You know what I mean? Like all the things that hold us back, our fears, the insecurities, our imperfections are all blessings, right? They're all blessings, right? The fears are something to get over, right? An illusion, an obstacle that we need to transcend or evolve, get past, right? Our imperfections are something that we need to see what blessing was behind it, right? Like what blessing does it hide? Like everything has, there's always two sides to a coin. You know what I mean? There's always two sides to a coin. Um, so there's always a positive side, right? Like that's a law of polarity. Like wherever it is that you see this thing, there's also the opposite pole of it, right? So it could be a really bad situation, but there's also an opposite really good out of that. And that's with everything in life, you know what I mean? That's with everything in life. We could always find the good in every situation, out of every situation. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is, you could always find the light in it. And that's something that we could teach ourselves, to always look for the good, and we will always find the good, and that's how our life will be as well. You know what I mean? So I wanted to, I guess, share that real quick, and hopefully I get back on track, man. I've been busy as hell too, busy as hell, and hopefully I get back on track and start making more videos. So it's okay not to be perfect. Like nobody has it all together. We're all work in progress. It's okay to be broken and to have injuries, right? And broken parts of you, right? It kind of makes it even better when you do reach success or things, because you did it even with those imperfections, or like even though you had all the obstacles against you, right? So I hope everybody has a good one. I hope soon we will be saying we're feeling grateful that all this is behind us, and that we kind of got what we needed to get out of it, evolved, learned, introspected, changed, and that we keep on doing that, right? And that we keep on bettering ourselves, or progressing or evolving. So I hope everybody has a good one, and we'll see you.